Wow. This is Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about Bring Her Back. Let's get to it now, yo. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. So, wow. Bring Her Back left me speechless as this movie is disturbing on so many levels. I just want to say, if you're under the ages of like 17 or 18, you should go nowhere near this movie. One of the most unsettling and fucked up movies I've ever seen. But at the same time, it's such a good movie and hooked me from start to finish. It's one of the better horror films I've seen in a while. The Philippi brothers, I like to call them Raka Raka, that's their YouTube name. They did such a great job directing this film, as these directors are the real deal, as they now have directed two great horror films with this and Talk to Me, which came out a couple years ago. That was my favorite horror movie of 2023. And I think Bring Her Back is a little better coming off. I think you need to rewatch both of them. Maybe have a Bring Her Back, Talk to Me movie marathon, once Bring Her Back comes out on streaming or DVD, Blu-ray, So yeah, as of right now, I think Bring Her Back is a little better. The writing is amazing in this film, as there's enough creepiness and fucked up shit that happens in this film to terrify just about any moviegoer. I love when a horror film is actually scary, and this movie is legitimately scary. It's more disturbing and terrifying. It's more disturbing. There's tons of violence and gore to scar you and to give you nightmares. Man, I couldn't sleep. Man, I could barely sleep, man. Why did the universe decide to release this movie, a day before my birthday? Why? And the timing is wow. Okay, the story and characters are amazing in this film, as you clearly understand all the character motivations, no matter how fucked up they are. Believe me, they get fucked up, I'm not going to spoil anything, but, it's not too difficult of a plot to follow. At least, I don't think so. This movie tackles themes of overcoming grief, and it takes this theme to an absolute extreme. When you see the movie, you'll know. The acting is phenomenal, as all the main characters give such a great performance. Great performances all around, the kid who plays Andy, he gives a phenomenal performance. His sister, great performance there too. There's a little boy in the movie, oh my gosh, that kid is fucking creepy. Oh my gosh, that kid is the type of kid to keep you up at nights, even scarier than like Chucky or some shit. But the standout performance for me is Sally Hawkins, as his foster mom, who just lost her daughter. She does such a great job at playing such an unlikable character. I fucking hated this character in this film, but man, she gives such a great performance and does a great job making you hate her. But then at the same time, you understand, her motivations, She's being very overly protective, and she does so much despicable things in this movie. Oh my gosh. The cinematography is beautiful in this film, as all the disturbing moments in this film are beautifully shot. It's a great production design. The score is good, but, there's not too much of a score in this movie, as less is more in this film. But the sound design does a great job in making the film sound very haunting and unsettling. Visual effects does a great job making this film a bloody mess, as it's very disturbing to look at times. There's so many moments in this film with over-the-top gore, and I loved every second of it while being terrified shitless. There's a scene in particular where there's a kid biting a fucking knife. Oh my gosh, that terrified the fuck out of me. And there's many scenes like that. Oh my gosh. The editing is done excellently in this film, as it moves at its own pace, and it takes its time to allow the story and characters to develop without feeling dull, and uses every minute of this film very wisely, in a short runtime. Some might say it feels a little slow. I didn't think it felt slow at all. Overall, Bring Her Back is the newest horror classic, as this film was great and scary, I believe. And if you are a fan of horror films, then I highly recommend watching this film. It's one of the best horror films of 2025. One of the best movies, period, of this year. So check it out. I'm giving this movie an A. We eating very good watching this movie. In and Out, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's type shit. Alright, y'all, so that's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment on whether you have seen this movie or excited to see it. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts. And what's your favorite horror movie that you've seen recently? man, I really enjoyed bringing her back. But let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and alerts to know when I drop a new review. Appreciate you all for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night. Whatever time you're watching this. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch me talk about movies. Thank you. Adios.